What's up guys, Nostal-Gi-Oh here, back with another Master Rule video, and as you guys know, the Synchro event has officially started. The Synchro Festival, the tournament that locks you into only using Synchro monsters in the extra deck, no links, no fusion, no Xyz, so it's pretty crazy. I have a couple ideas for some really good decks that I already have that I can just transfer a little. So on my alt account, I'm playing Adamancipator with only Synchros. It's really powerful still. You still have access to Baron very easily. Satellite Warrior after turn 1 for very easy. You just like destroy the whole board and win. Same with Dragite, just bounce the whole board and win. It's very strong. We have a Boral Savage in here that does literally 0, but he's cool, so he's here. And then, the extra deck's just filled with cards we're probably not going to summon, but we've summoned a good bit of them. And I have a combo video at the end so that you guys can see what this deck can do. We can put up things like Baron, Dragite, Kawaki Miru, Guardian very easily. Stardust, Spark very easily. So, very powerful deck still, with the main deck monsters. They still just get you 5-6 monsters on board very, very easily. Especially with Block Dragon. If you can turn that into a Baron, get 3 more cards, it's pretty gross. Honestly, it's still really, really strong. Little bit of a shame we can't make Gallant. If we could make Gallant still, it'd be crazy. But deck's still solid. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off, we play the same pretty thick line of hand traps here. Triple Ash, Triple Maxi, 2 Gamma, 1 Driver. This is not typical for the Adamancipator, but I needed cards to fill up my main deck because cards like the Prank Engine just literally do 0. And there's other stuff that just does 0. So, all the bricks. We can't do Buster Lock. We can't do Needle Fiber stuff with O-Lion. So all those cards we're taking out. So we put in the Gamma stuff and then put in a couple more rocks just to fill up for Pranksies. The Pranks, the Roxies. Stuff like that. And then 1 Nib. So that's the main deck hand trap lineup. 10 actual hand traps or 9 actual hand traps in 10 spots. Very solid. It's not bad. It's cool. For the Adamancipators, we're playing all of them. 3 Seeker, 3 Researcher, 3 Analyzer. Don't deviate from that, to be honest. Then we play 3 Doki Doki. This card's crazy. And the Kawaki Miru Engine, 3 Guardian, and 3 Supplier. Then we played 1 Gigantes. This card's good to search off of the Block Dragon. Speaking of Block Dragon, 3 Block Dragon. That's the main piece of the deck. Then we have 3 Tackle Crusader. This, I would never want to play at 3 in this deck, but we need to play more rocks when we're cutting cards like Roxies from the list. We have to fill it back up with some more rock monsters so that we don't hit, don't miss all the time from that. So 3 Tackle Crusader and 2 Rock Band Xenoguitar. This gives you follow-up when it's used from the board for a Synchro monster or anything like that. But it also just fuels up Block Dragon if you only have enough to summon it 1 or 2 times. But I mean, you don't link it off 100 times, so it's probably fine to summon it only a few times, the Block Dragon. So this card doesn't even really come up. And then last in the main deck, we have 3 Sekka's Light. This card's insane. You could definitely play Called Buys and cross out Designators, though, if you want to. Just, cut the Sekka's Light and play those cards. It makes sense. I probably would do it if I had cross-outs on this account, but I don't have cross-outs on this account, so I'm okay with it. Now, for the extra deck, let's go over the meaningful cards first. So, as far as 6s go, you only really need 1 Rap type, but I don't mind having 2 Rap types. I think the second one probably comes up every now and again. I played like 5 games last night, and I made 2, I think, like 1 time. So it definitely can come up, but it usually won't. We play the 1 Leonite as well. This card's not bad, but its effect will very rarely come up because we don't really have any fire monsters that we're putting into the graveyard. So Leonite's like second effect doesn't come up that much, but you can still mill 5 and then add an excavated Adamancipator card to your hand, which isn't bad. On a 24 stat line, like it's not bad. It's not bad, is what I'm saying. Coral Dragon is huge, actually. The discard draw is really good because we keep a lot of cards in hand, but really what matters is it's a tuner, a level 6 Synchro tuner to make Baron. And also, when this Synchro Summon monster leaves the field, you draw a card. So, what you do is you rank up into the Baron. So, you make Coral Dragon and then sync Coral Dragon in a level 4 into Baron. You draw a card, and then you put a water monster in the graveyard, which lets Dragite be a quick play negate the next turn. So, it comes up, it matters a lot. The most meaningful normal end board that you'll end on typically is going to be Baron Dragite, and that's very, very easy to do. And to do that effectively, you have to have a Water in the Grave, which Coral Dragon provides. So it's pretty good. And then I have 2 Coral Dragon in here because the second one might come up. If you actually if your 2 negates doesn't stop them. But a lot of the time it's 3 negates with the Koakimiro Guardian in hand, and a lot of the time you have hand traps to back it too. So it's pretty powerful. Next, we'll talk about the 8s. Dragite is the best one. It's a spell and trap negate, but it's also the most insane card going second. You excavate 5, and then you bounce cards on the field equal to the amount of rocks you revealed, non-targeting. It's crazy. It's really, really good. This card's just fantastic. It's fantastic. Then we play Boral Savage. Literally does nothing. It's awful. You have to target a link. It does nothing. It's a 3k beater. I wouldn't want to play this card like at all. You could play Ashes of Fire for Leonite. I just thought about that. That's really cool actually. I like that. Okay, yeah. So then the other 8s, Stardust Spark. This card actually will come up sometimes, and it's a super, so it's like easily accessible. Stardust Dragon. I don't even have this on my alt. I'm just showing you guys cards that you might be able to play in there. I didn't want to spend an ultra rare gem on that card, so I didn't. Colossal Fighter. I think it comes in the structure deck. I believe it comes in the structure deck. Yeah. So if you picked the Synchro structure deck at the very beginning of the game, you have a Colossal Fighter. Put that in there. The card's not bad. And yeah, then 2 Baron. I'm only playing 1 on my main or on my alt account. You only need 1, but I'd play 2 if you have to. We're just trying to fill up the extra deck. 2 probably won't ever come up, but maybe. And then Satellite Warrior. This card's really good. If you don't know what this card does, it's generic level 10 Synchro, right? Or it needs 1 non-tuner plus Synchro monster, so it's not like super easy to make, right? Like you have to use an 8 or something, so you climb up to Stardust or Spark or Colossal or something, and then use the Adamancipator level 2 tuner to make Satellite Warrior. But what it does is when you Synchro, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of Synchro monsters in your graveyard, and then destroy those cards. So that's really, really solid. The next turn, it's like your access code. You just pop 3 cards and then attack for game. It's pretty good. I would definitely recommend having this card, but if you don't want to spend the ultra rare gem, that's okay. If you only want to shove out for 110 for this deck, Baron is the go. You pick Baron, no doubt. I think in the extra deck, the only cards that you really need that are ultra rare for this deck in general, really, like you don't need the Nib in the main deck or the hand traps if you don't have them, but you probably already have them. The only ultra rares you really have to buy is 1 Baron, 1 Dragite. That's honestly it. That's really as far as you can take it if you want to. But I would recommend shoving out for the 3rd to be that Satellite Warrior because I think it's really good. So yeah, that is that. We also have the Stardust Charge Warrior. This card might come up every now and again. It probably won't, but it's cool. Draw a card and attack all the special summon monsters. Might come up. It's worth putting in. It's a rare. And then the last card is Herald of Arclight. This definitely will come up sometimes with Doki. You make Doki, bring out the level 2, and then you can make the Herald. You can do this pretty early to play around Nib. It's not bad. I would definitely recommend putting that in, but it's only a super, so it's not that expensive. Anyway, that is the deck profile for the Xyz or the Synchro Festival Adamancipator deck. Let's go to go over and look at this replay. If it would go quicker, please. If these loading screens would move. I didn't make it public. It's funny. This replay that I'm showing you guys is actually I lost. But I put up a really cool board going first, and it was my best board that I put up so far. And so I just wanted to show you guys. This obviously can be done a lot better. Okay, so I actually had the wrong replay, but now we have the right replay. But I actually did lose this game, but it's really just like it's a pretty subpar end board, to be honest, and a lot of these synchro decks actually still are good. And the base synchro deck, the Synchron deck, it's actually really good. It's actually good. It's unironically good. And I'm also playing 11 card extra deck in this duel right now cuz it's all that mattered, right? It's all that really mattered. So let's get into it. We summon the Guardian. That way we can play around hand traps, draw 2 with the second sight, special the Researcher, special the Seeker. That's a lot of bodies. That's 5 bodies on board, just incredibly powerful. So we hit 1. We see the Tackle Crusader. I think that's what it get, or the guitar. It didn't really matter. It's just a level 4 body. We sync for the Raptite. Raptite's gonna summon another guy, and then so is Seeker. So we're gonna summon the Supplier probably. Supplier is really good. Actually, no, we summon the Analyzer for sure here. Then we get to resolve every single Analyzer effect today, or the Adamancipator. Pretty good. We get Doki Doki. That's insane. So as you can see here, like, the deck just, like, piles on top, right? Because now we have Doki effect. We have the new Analyzer effect. It's just crazy. So we make Dragite. This is going to be part of the end board, actually. Then we go Analyzer. We hit a bunch of, you know, whatever cards. It doesn't really matter. Honestly, as long as we're summoning something, it doesn't really matter what we hit here. So we summon the Supplier. Supplier's going to go ahead and search this Guardian as well, which is cool. Free card to discard for the Doki Doki if I want to. And we just go ahead and Synchro Summon into the Stardust Spark. This card's just not bad. It's not crazy, but it's not bad. And then we're going to summon the Analyzer. This way we can set up the Choral play. And we do actually use the Rock Band, the Xeno Guitar, add back the follow-up. Shuffle back that Doki Doki draw card. Ooh, Driver, right? Now we're going to Synchro Summon into the Coral Dragon. This is big because it puts the water into our grave for the Dragite negate, and also we draw a card. So then we use that in the Guardian. It's a little unfortunate because that's a negate, but we're making an Omni negate, so it's not bad. And then we draw a card with the Coral, and that is our setup going first. We didn't open any hand traps or anything, but it's still pretty good. Baron, Stardust Spark, and Dragite. Yeah, I played this really sloppily, and my opponent actually just like breaks right through it because it's really just a negate and then a spell trap negate, on one Omni negate and the spell trap negate, as well as a Stardust Spark Protect. This card's really cool. He normal summons this Speedroid card that goes ahead and allows him to synchro with one of my monsters, which is actually really cool. But yeah, this is just Speedroid stuff. That guy nukes the board. So then we just go Stardust Spark Protect our Dragite. He attacks over it, and you know it's kind of gone from there. The rest of this game doesn't really matter. I just wanted to show you guys the initial thing that the deck could do. But my opponent's still doing some stuff. Okay, we're just gonna hurry this along because I don't care about what this guy does. But yeah, we just have a normal summon and look at this card actually. Look at how crazy this card is. My opponent summoned this level 11 Synchro, and it summons these 2 monsters. Like, that's actually insane. So this is a negate of an extra deck guy, and this is a negate of something that targets, and also a negate of something that is level 5 or higher. So I mistaked, actually. Like, I could have played around this a lot better, I imagine. I think I could have actually just, like, played through this really well. But I mistaked. But look at all the power that I have on the next turn. Like, it's pretty stupid that I lost this. But it was my own fault. I didn't realize that it could negate something that targets. So I thought I was gonna out it with the Tackle Crusader and then bait the negate on the extra deck monster with the Raptite. But instead, I actually just baited both negates with both of its negates with that, and then I'm out of stuff. So I lost. But I shouldn't have lost because I mistaked. But it's okay. I still showed off how good this deck is. How powerful it can end on, you know, a multiple negate end board, which is pretty good for this, and also a little bit of Speedroid shenanigans. Anyway, that is going to be it for the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. What are you guys playing in the Synchro Events Festival? I'm curious. What are you guys playing? Also, of course, we have the affiliate link in the TCG in the description down below. A TCG player affiliate link. So click that, shop, check out. Costs you no extra, and directly supports the channel. You guys have heard the spiel by now. Anyway, that's everything for the video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good week. Goodbye.